Hey creative people, what's up? Sorry for the bad lighting. It's actually my first video in the night, but I'm a nocturnal animal, so actually I paint only in the night. And whatever I need in the past to make a YouTube video, I had to force myself to draw and paint during the day, next to the window. So I thought, well, let's try to do it in the proper way. That's why tonight I'm drawing during the night on my table with my lamp, and the lighting of course is not the best one, but I want to do a nocturnal animal as well, a hole, and I want to fill my sketchbook tonight with this hunting animals. I had a snake and a frog, I had a tiger and a fawn, and that's why I thought an owl with a mouse would be a perfect fit with the same similar technique. Tonight we are painting with ink. I'm using a Fairy Wheel Press inks that I received recently, and is a mix of green, red and purplish ink. I'm using my B pencil, mechanical pencil, but actually I don't need it. I will delete most likely most of the lines after the painting. I like a lot the composition of these last pages I've used on this sketchbook. This is a Winsor Newton, very old sketchbook of mine, maybe my first one actually that I've never finished. It's 20 years old sketchbook. I like these inks because they are very bright in colors, as you will see, and they have this little bit glittering that gives some special effect when you watch them with a backlight. I'm starting with this bright green first layer. I'm trying to be very soft with the first shades, with the first layer, but it's not that easy with ink. They are, as I said, very saturated, and so I add a lot of water. I almost use my brush without any pigment anymore, but it still is inside the brush itself. So I recommend you to use a not very expensive synthetic brush of yours. Now I'm switching to this more purplish ink. I think they mix well together, but nevertheless I will use also the red one to give some warm tones, because both of these ones are a bit too much cold in my opinion, so I need some balance later. In order to give some more contrast on the figure, now I start using the color almost at its maximum saturation. I think there is always mystical in these hunting animals, and with their prey dead in their arms or paws and I want to represent this because it gives me the feeling of the death and the life, because through the death of these little preys, those animals are able to survive and to conquer the area. So it's a turn of some red pigment. I will use them as a subtone all around the main point of the hole, where the light is hitting the body of the animal, and give some warm vibes to this too cold painting so far. After all these first background layers, I can start with a maximum tonal value of the ink to define the details of the animal, so around the eye. I'm using some spray bottle with water to make a little bit more loose ink effects. With a small brush, I can make these small details around the feathers of the animal. It gives me some good balance to add very small and defined details and contrast them with loose feathers in the other areas. The mouse is very small compared to the hole in this painting, but still I want him to pop out a bit, so I will add some red ink to make it much more bright and visible. And as I did in the other paintings in this sketchbook spreads, I will put some white in the eyes so they can look like proper prey against the light of a car, of some light source coming from the viewer. If you load your brush with some more water and some pigment as well, you can make these nice splatters that in my opinion are always a nice contour of your painting when you don't know exactly what to do with the background. Remember to clean the table if you have some splatters coming out of the painting, of course. And then I add with this very bright red some background, as well as the other page. I like this background style because they make the subject of the painting pop out. Nevertheless, they are not too important, so they give it the right importance, and you can make some nice effect always. So it's always a nice study of what you can and what you cannot do with this monster, with this pigment. I think it's a very nice background to do this way. and with some white gouache I can start defining some details and find the light in some spots that I was losing before, and go around the contour of the mouse and the small details so that I can let them come out again. And after reworking for 10 times the eye of the owl, the painting is done. And if you enjoy the video, I invite you to subscribe the channel. I make more tutorial and drawing and art videos, and I see you in the next one.